The American people frankly have been, over many, many years, to be blunt, fat, dumb and happy. If they want their children to compete with children in India, China or Korea, they better get them a far better education. As the son of a union activist and a lifelong Democrat, I've always thought that privatizing our public schools is not the answer. We must strengthen public schools. It's critical that states improve how teachers are trained, recruited, evaluated, compensated, advanced, and retained. The biggest barrier we've seen to student progress is this. School policies and practices often prevent good teachers from doing great work and even dissuade some talented Americans from entering the profession. This needs to change. I'd rather be respected than loved. I believe in two things. One, Andrew Carnegie said, "He who dies with wealth dies in shame." And someone once said, "He who gives while he lives also knows where it goes." How absurd that our students tuck their cell phones, Blackberries, iPads, and iPods into their backpacks when they enter a classroom and pull out a tattered textbook. The best move you can make in negotiation is to think of an incentive the other person hasn't even thought of, and then meet it. Collecting is more than just buying objects. Without a doubt, stem cell research will lead to the dramatic improvement in the human condition and will benefit millions of people. Civilizations are not remembered by their business people, their bankers or lawyers. They're remembered by the arts. Anything I do, I spend a lot of time. I do it with passion and intensity. I want to be in charge. Museums do not share their collections with other museums unless they get something in exchange. The Metropolitan will deal with the Louvre, but will they send their stuff to Memphis? No. You always learn lessons in business. I never stay anywhere. Parties, museums, meetings, longer than 3 hours. I believe in the democratization of the arts. What do I mean by that? I think museums, with some exceptions, have a responsibility to educate a much broader public. The inability to delegate is one of the biggest problems I see with managers at all levels. I'd be bored to death if I spent all my time with other business people, bankers and lawyers. Los Angeles is one of the 4 cultural capitals of the world, but we don't attract as many cultural tourists as New York, London or Paris. I want to change that. I'm strong-willed. Architects are strong-willed. You get the best results with a strong client and a strong architect working together. I have always believed that every great city in history needs a vibrant center. People don't know I've got a deep social conscience. I'm a child of the Depression, born in 1933. My parents were very liberal in their social views. If you ask why I do what I do, I want to make a difference. I don't just want to maintain the status quo. I want to help people, to work with institutions or create ones when they don't exist. You don't support politicians in their elections if whoever's seeking money only has a goal to stay in office or get in office. You have to pick the people who are going to do the best job. If people want to criticize me because it sells papers, that's fine. I just don't like it when it's inaccurate. I don't like to spend time in endless meetings talking about stuff that isn't going to get anything done. I have meetings, but they're short, prompt and to the point. I don't want to be in the film business. I'm not even sure it's a business. Charity is just writing checks and not being engaged. Philanthropy, to me, is being engaged, not only with your resources but getting people and yourself really involved in doing things that haven't been done before. My wife was the first art collector in the family, and I didn't become interested until around 1973. The first important artwork we bought was a Van Gogh drawing of two peasant houses in Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer. I've become convinced that Los Angeles is going to become the next contemporary art capital. No other city has more contemporary gallery space than Los Angeles. We've come into our own, finally. Most museums, with all their burdens to pay for exhibitions, administration, and security, really don't have any money really to acquire art, with few exceptions. Los Angeles is such a great meritocracy. Where can someone with my background, don't have the right family background, the right religion, the right provenance or whatever you want to call it? I come here and I'm accepted. The city's been good to me, and I want to give back. I've never been one who enjoys maintaining the status quo. I'm always pushing for new ideas, whether it's in business or philanthropy. The first thing I started collecting was stamps, until I started discovering girls. That was the end of stamps. The first dream I had was just to get a college education. I got through college in 3 years, taking extra classes in summer school. Any city in America would like to get a museum built if they didn't have to pay for it.